Hoopers,
Dunkers,
shooters.
we are back.
With another episode of
Ballers
Block.
Cue the intro.
The block is hot. The block is hot. The block is hot. The block is hot. All right. New season, ladies and gentlemen. Just kicked off.
Yeah.
Let's rep the squads.
Yeah.
Let's rep the squads.
Yeah.
Squads.
Yeah. Let's go. New season, baby. New season. The perfect timing, too. Weather's getting cold, you know. Quote unquote.
Be in the house a lot more.
What's that?
Gonna be in the house a lot more.
Yep. As some call it, it's cuddle season.
Cuddle season. Cupping season for some.
Cupping, cuddles, whatever. But for some of us, it's
basketball season.
Baller NBA season basketball. Yes, it's NBA time. It's NBA time, and we're back. The first week is pretty much complete.
Yep.
First week is complete, and I guess we have an agenda.
Weeks, no?
Is it 2 weeks or a week and a half?
Let's go with a week and a half. Let's go with a
week and a half. But we have a nice little agenda, menu, you know.
Program,
schedule. Program. Yes. So
without further ado, the pregame.
Yeah, let's get into it.
As we always do at this time, the rivalry.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's a rivalry anymore. Your team is no longer.
The rivalry. Well,
I don't
forget
think
the teams. The rivalry between me and you.
Okay, I guess we'll go that route. Because if we're talking teams, I think your team extinct again.
We're on the come
Second
up.
time in history, the Raptors have extincted.
We're on the come up.
If you want to call it that.
We got who will probably be the rookie of the year.
25 years. Come on. Don't worry, you got 20 years. Y'all got 20 years to work on that.
Hey, listen, it's better than a lot of other teams.
I'm just saying.
Championship every 20 years. I'll take it.
Sure.
I'll be alive for the next one then.
You'd be an old man. Or older man, I guess we'll say that.
That part.
Be an elder man still. But
I'll probably still look exactly the same. I'll just have as much base as you do now.
I'm gonna have a lot more. I think like 2-3 years, I'm gonna be full.
You'll be looking like what's his name, Dr. J.
Yo, I got no parking space left for gray hairs in like 3 years, yo. Like, look at this. This has gotten worse. Like, I don't know if you've noticed the difference since like maybe the last time or over the past year. It's gotten a lot.
Not even salt and pepper anymore. You're just salt.
Yeah, my beard is just salt. I have a little bit of salt and pepper here, but like I said, 2 years from now, I don't know how I'm gonna deal. Actually, I might look dope. Actually,
you're gonna look wise for sure.
Yeah, I was thinking of dyeing it like a auburn reddish kind of color.
Auburn, Raptor red.
Something like that. No. Let's just move on from that. I'm gonna let your team live because they're dying right now. Anyways,
how are you liking your team right now?
I'm liking my team. I would say
currently number one in the West.
It's still early. I'm not gonna celebrate or anything right now. I still gotta see when Clay comes back, and I gotta see where your guy James Wiseman is at mentally and physically, because last year I was not impressed. Let's just say I was not impressed last year. So
not at all.
Until I see Clay and Wiseman come back and they have a full team, and I kind of see how they work together or what their chemistry is like. That's when I can really assess it. But right now, I'll say I'm happy. I'm gonna say I'm happy. Steph is doing Steph-like things, and like you said, team's doing good. I think they got a lot of young potential though.
Here's the thing about your team right now. They look dope.
Hmm?
I can't even hold you. They look dope. And Clay's not even back yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think when Clay comes back, they could be actual contenders. But we'll get to contenders in a minute.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but I hear you. I think they're playing great ball right now, and it's just on the strength of them moving the ball around and playing the team game
You know
at
what
the
it
end of the
was?
day.
What I like about what they did, they added a lot of good pieces to
Yeah.
uh to shore up their team.
Yeah.
Otto Porter, that's a good pickup. Getting Iguodala back, great
Yeah.
pickup.
That was a great pickup. He was smart for going back, actually.
Absolutely.
Let's just say that.
Absolutely. Who else did they get? I can't think of it off the top of my head right now. I think they got somebody else that was a nice pickup. Um,
The only two that stand
dude,
out are Otto
what?
Porter. No, the only two that stand out to me are Otto Porter and Iguodala.
I'll throw another name at you. I'm pretty sure it's Bielitsa.
Ah, yes, 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 yes,
Another good
yes.
pickup.
Yeah, that's a solid pickup, actually. That's a
Another
solid
good
pickup.
pickup.
So they have a pretty good team. I feel like they still need to trade Andrew Wiggins. They should get Ben Simmons for Andrew Wiggins.
Mm,
Ben Simmons running point. They would basically have two Draymond Greens on the run. Then they could
you know
definitely
what?
play small ball.
That's not even a bad trade for Philly either. Put Wiggins at 3.
It would be perfect. And then just put Ben Simmons at a friggin' stretch five, yo. Draymond's there for.
He's a better version of Draymond.
Yo, it would be disgusting having him and Draymond push the ball and just have the guards run and get open. Imagine Steph, Clay, and another shooter, Jordan Poole, on the wing.
I think I don't quote me, but I think there's a stat that said Ben Simmons assisted the most threes last
I
year.
believe that. I would believe
So
that because the way he pushes the ball, he draws a lot of attention once he gets inside, and then everybody's open. And I don't know why Philly just didn't utilize that as part of their whole.
their offense,
It's if you have that stat, like the whole league is analytics driven. I'm sure they have that stat right in front of them. So you know what you do? You tell Joel Embiid, you kind of play mid, you know that mid to post or whatever
mid to
range.
low.
Yeah, and then have all the other shooters just loaded up on the 3-point line. Have Ben Simmons just push the ball. You ain't got to worry about Ben Simmons shooting. If they don't defend the three ball, or if they do defend the three ball, then it leaves him open to just get a layup. If they defend the three ball, or if they don't defend the three ball, he can kick it out. And then Joel Embiid can get his mid range shot, or he can step out and shoot a three at that point. But then you got Ben Simmons down low to at least try to grab a rebound or tip it back out. But they're
Now,
utilizing it in a completely odd fashion and blaming him for the results, which
I mean, he did deserve a lion's share of the blame, but the whole
listen,
team to blame for sure. The whole team to blame for sure. But oh my goodness, Ben
he's the
Simmons,
best scapegoat at this
Jesus
point.
Christ. You know what? He set himself up to be the perfect scapegoat.
He did. But I think he's gonna make them eat their words.
I mean, he kind of has to.
He will. Again, we forget who Ben Simmons was before he got into the NBA. We forgot who he was in college for the short time he was there, and we forgot the potential they were all talking about he had when he got into the league. It's just this last year or last playoff, that one game is what everyone now is
But
highlighting.
here's the
I
thing,
think
though.
we
In
forgot.
college, even in college, he wasn't necessarily a winner. Like he didn't even
But
lead his team to the tournament.
at the end of the day, he wasn't trash though. Nobody was saying he couldn't shoot or anything. No one had nothing to say
Bro,
about his game. No one said nothing about his game. His game was apparently, Magic Johnson like or LeBron James like. It was perfect then. It was perfect the first couple years in the league, and then all of a sudden,
so clearly you're a Ben Simmons fan.
I'm a huge Ben. I was a fan of his from high school, yo.
Okay, okay.
So I stand by I stand by dudes like that. Like, I feel like they know what his game is, and for some reason they didn't do the right things to make the team good. And the only people that would get blamed for that if they were to say, you know what, we didn't utilize the right players in the right places, coaching staff and the organization would get the blame, but they found, like you said, Ben Simmons gave them the perfect route to use him as a scapegoat, and they're all running with it, and it's working at the end of the day.
I'm not gonna lie, cuz I'm not sold on Ben Simmons yet. Know what else I'm not sold on? The Raptors this year.
Oh, come on.
I'm not sold.
Come on, bro.
I'm not sold on the Raptors.
That's
Know who I am sold on?
Who?
Scotty Barnes. That guy's the real deal.
Nah.
Scotty Barnes is the real deal.
Nah, he reminds me. You know what he reminds me of right now?
Shoot.
Pascal when he first came
I
in.
knew you were gonna say that.
We all thought he was the real deal. Oh my God, this 6'10" guy can dribble and get down the lane, and that spin move is like none other.
He's a way better playmaker and a way better defender.
On a crappy team, he stands out. I get it. But let's see where it goes. I'm not gonna judge early. We'll see where it goes, but I'm not big on him yet. I'm not huge on him yet, is what I would say.
Watch out for Scotty Barnes. Mark my words.
I guess
now
so.
The whole Eastern Conference right now is looking tough.
Mm-hmm.
The whole Eastern Conference is looking tough.
You know what team I like in the East this year?
Who do you like?
And what team I like? I'm gonna let you know what team I like. The Bulls.
The Bulls.
Bro.
I knew you were going to say the Bulls. Now, this leads us to our first quarter. Pretenders and contenders.
All right. Let's get into it, man.
Are they pretenders or contenders?
They are contenders. And
no,
do you want to know why?
I'm going to have to agree with you on that.
You're going to agree or not?
I am going to agree with you on that one.
Okay. Because I feel like Lonzo's in the right place right now. In terms
Have you seen how he's been playing?
You see how block he had on homeboy that tried to dunk it?
Listen, my one complaint about Lonzo Ball, which was that he was very timid on the offensive end. He was always looking to pass.
I get it.
He completely stopped that. He's playing like he did in college and high school now.
But
those shots are going up.
You know what it probably is? And I'm not, again, I don't know, and I'm not defending him, but this could probably be it. His whole life, he's been the man. He's been the facilitator, the scorer, the guy. He gets to a certain point in the NBA, especially joining the Lakers. They're like, bruh. So basically what I'm trying to say about Lonzo Ball is he's in a different realm. I feel like the last teams he's been on, so he's been a winner his whole career, like I was saying. His whole career, he's been a winner. He's always been the lead guy, the facilitator, whatnot. But then he gets to the NBA, and all of a sudden it's, especially to the Lakers, because that's the team that drafted him, it now becomes, Magic Johnson used to play here, and we're looking at you to be the next Magic. And this is how Magic did it. So I think him mentally, he's thinking, Magic was passing. Magic was facilitating. He wasn't like, Magic wasn't trying to score per se, but I think that's where it effed him over. And then the fact that they kept bringing up the Lakers, the history of the Lakers. For a young kid, bro, for a 19, 20-year-old, he's probably just shook like, I just came here to ball, and be Lonzo Ball, not Magic Johnson. And then all these criticisms, I think it just threw him off. And then he gets traded to New Orleans, and then he's playing for homeboy. What's his name? Did he play for Stan Van? Or was it the other Van Gundy?
He did play for Stan Van at one point. Yeah, last year.
Yeah, that didn't help either. And you already know, Stan Van ain't the best coaches for young players at the end of the day. So I feel like that's what derailed Lonzo Ball's, rising. However, going to Chicago, being with DeMar, being with Zach LaVine, and him being like, I'm pretty sure they're telling him, just play your game. You're here to play your game, facilitate, score, do what you got to do, play defense, just play you. And that's what he's doing, and it's looking good. And it's working perfect with DeMar and LaVine. And bro, those two can average like 26, 27 points a game easy as a team.
And they got Vucevic. Them itches. Them bitches.
Them bitches are deadly, man. They're one Cole Samoviches, Samoviches, man. But
And
no,
don't sleep on Alex Caruso. Don't sleep on Alex Caruso.
all right. So the Bulls are contenders.
We
The
agree.
Bulls are contenders. I
We
definitely
agree.
agree the Bulls are contenders. Absolutely.
Now,
Absolutely.
we talked about Lonzo.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about little bro. Charlotte. Pretenders or contenders? Mind you, I'm pretty sure they're the highest scoring team in the NBA right now.
Yeah, but how much points are they giving up to?
Their record's pretty good right now. So
That's why I don't want to. I know it looks good now, but for the long run, I'm trying to think who they have that can help carry that team for the long run or towards the end of the season when it counts for playoff run.
Gordon Hayward,
Nah.
Terry Rozier.
I mean, they have a full. You know what? I'll say contenders in terms of like getting into the playoffs, but I don't see them being like dangerous in the playoffs. I don't see them being
Don't
dangerous.
sleep on Bridges.
I don't see them being dangerous in the playoffs. I see them as like the 8th or 7th team, maybe 6th team at most, but they're not going to do much in the playoffs. Not this year, not this early. Maybe a couple years if they stay together and they add a couple other pieces, then yeah.
I think they'll be top 5.
Mm-mm.
I think they'll be top 5.
Mm-mm. Because you still
Actually,
got the Milwaukee.
You know what? You might be right. You might be right.
6 to 8. 6 to 8 is, I think that's fair. 6 to 8.
You might be right. I'll give you that. All right, so New York.
With Kemba and D Rose, they're contenders, man. They made their run
Contenders.
last year. Yeah. I think they're contenders.
I believe they were 4th last year and got upset by Atlanta in the playoffs.
It's okay. It's okay. I think the fact that they were 4th that year was a success because I never in my life thought the Knicks would ever make it that finish that high up. I never thought they would. I never thought they would. But one set. Take a look here. We're just having a okay. Are we still good? We're still recording. We're still recording. Yeah. Yeah, so I never thought they would be 4th place, let alone in the playoffs anytime soon. Because I used to clown this.
Disagree with you on this one.
Yo, I used to clown this guy I used to work with. He was a diehard Knicks fan. And the previous
all
year,
Knicks fans were clowned.
Bro.
All Knicks fans were clowned.
I told them they will never, ever in their life make the damn playoffs. Ever. Ever. And then the very next year, look what happens. So I feel like they got a taste of it, and maybe they were shocked in themselves to finish 4th place, and that it maybe overwhelmed them. But I think this year, they know how good they can be. And you can even tell, bro, look how they're playing. RJ Barrett is playing like...
I'm happy for him still.
He's playing better than Andrew Wiggins.
I'll give you that.
I rank RJ Barrett over Andrew Wiggins right now, career-wise, just because. Because RJ looks like... Listen, nah, man. RJ looks like he's a killer right now, and he looks like he wants it. Andrew Wiggins has never looked like he wanted it. To me. He's never looked like he wanted it. I'm a fan of... Don't get me wrong, I'm a fan of Andrew Wiggins, but I just never felt like he's shown like he's a killer or like he wants it. RJ Barrett. Remember, RJ is playing in New York.
I'll give you that.
People fold. Stars fold in New York, bro. He's from Canada. And you see how he's playing like a dog, man. Like, yo, he wants it. So just that alone, and then you got Derrick Rose, Kemba, Julius Randle. Yo, I think they'll,
that was an excellent point. That was an excellent point.
So that's why I feel
I'm not sold on the Knicks yet. I think they'll make the playoffs with a pretty high seed, probably 4 and up. However, They'll get bounced out first or second round.
I could do I could do a second. After second is what? Eastern Conference Finals, no?
After second, yeah.
Yeah.
So the third round would be Eastern Conference Finals.
I think
So they'll make it to the semifinals at
that'd be
best.
okay for them. That'd be okay for them.
Okay.
After the last few years and then how young no, that'd be a success for them. And then they can build on the next year to make it to the conference final. The same way the Raptors did it over the last 2 years before they got to the finals. They just gradually made their way through the Eastern Conference until they got to the conference finals again. And then this time they were like, yo, let's go. So I think New York is on that pace. And I think they're probably the next team to win not to win the chip, but like the next team that hasn't won it in decades. They're the next ones to win. They're the next Toronto Raptors to win it, basically, is what I would say in the next few years. So
I'm gonna throw one more Eastern Conference team at you because I'm convinced Miami are contenders.
Yeah.
The 76ers.
Oh, it's early to tell, man. And the reason I say, wait, Ben Simmons is back, I lie?
Playing?
I guess. Is he back in general?
I mean, what do you mean by back?
Okay, so let me just put it this way then. Let's not dwell on Ben Simmons being back or not. So what I will say is, if he comes, if he ever comes back and plays, I'm just gonna say they're not a contender. Because even if he comes back to play, I feel like it's gonna be salt.
No chemistry.
None whatsoever. And then if he doesn't come back, Joel Embiid is gonna have to do a lot of carrying and lifting, and I feel like he's eventually. I don't know how his physical conditioning it is this year, but I feel like he's eventually gonna miss some games and go down if he overexerts himself trying to carry the team by himself, and that would make them a non-contender because if Ben Simmons ain't there and Joel Embiid misses enough games, that's basically.
You know what?
That's where I sit with it.
I want to go over to the West, so I'm not even going to overtalk it. Pretenders.
Yo, because it's all, yeah, you can't even, like, Philly, the discussion with Philly is like, they just need to do something to move on. Like,
Western Conference.
Whoo.
Let's start with Phoenix.
West is the best.
Can they duplicate what they did last year? Not necessarily go to the finals, but can they be a team that contends?
Did they add anyone?
They been figured out?
I think they've been figured out. The only way I would say they would be able to contend, because I feel like Chris Paul is gonna do Chris Paul. He's always gonna be Chris Paul. Devin Booker is always gonna be Devin Booker. DeAndre Ayton is the one that needs to like evolve into like a whole new like transcendent third wheel or whatever.
They never gave him his money. They never gave him his money.
They're saying they might trade him off, or
not even that they might trade him off. You not getting your money, you might not have the most incentive to put your all out there.
He's the one I feel that
you're gonna bust your ass just to show that you know what, you guys should have gave me my money.
That too. But I just feel like he's the one part of that puzzle,
the X factor
that needs to mature. And I'm not saying he's not a mature individual. I'm just saying like skill wise, and his whole game just needs to evolve.
You need to make him a solid big three.
Basically, because he has a skill, he has the attributes. He just needs to like understand what like he needs to do and just can do it.
Fair enough.
Take it up to the next level. If he can do that, they're good. Because he needs. Okay, so here's what I would say. He needs basically to elevate his status or game, not to the equivalent, because they have completely different styles of play, but to the same level as like an Anthony Davis, where you'd be talking about him as like, yo, the next big thing, basically.
All right.
The way Anthony Davis is to LeBron, that's what DeAndre Ayton should be to like a Devin Booker, because of his athleticism, his youth for one, his length, all of that stuff. He should be kind of like an Anthony Davis, but with more of a post game, I feel, in terms of being a real big man.
All right, next team. Is this going to be Utah's year?
Nah.
Mm,
I think I think
mm,
I think Utah ran out of the sauce.
I don't know what it is. No, how come nobody rates Utah like that?
Cause yo,
Nobody compares.
they fizzle out. It's a known thing about that team, the history of that team. It must be the altitude. They're always they're good throughout the regular season. They're strong. They get into the playoffs fairly strong, and then all of a sudden it's just like everything just falls apart.
They're early 2000s Indiana.
Basically. Or they're basically late 90s Utah Jazz. Basically same thing. They're one of the best teams or better teams in the regular season. Playoffs come and then it's just like, yo, what happened? But at least that the late 90s Utah teams were like in the finals. It's just they ran into,
You know what?
the biggest bull of
I'm gonna
all.
disagree. This is gonna be Utah's year.
Nah.
They're number one in the East, in the West right now, and Donovan Mitchell's playing like trash.
Okay.
So when he gets it going,
We'll see, man.
they're gonna get it going.
We'll
They're
see.
gonna get it going.
We'll see. Who else you got?
Who else do I got here?
Who else you got?
You know what? I'll skip that. I'll skip those guys. The Lakers.
I mean,
Will this mismatch bunch actually do something, or will they end up like the 2004 Lakers with when they tried to bring Malone and Gary Payton?
so I'm gonna say exactly what I said and how I felt about the 2004 Lakers is that if this team don't win it, they're all trash.
Absolutely.
You do not put together a team like this from starters to bench players. Yo, the whole team is solid ballers.
Most All-Star appearances on any team in NBA
The,
history,
bro, the whole team, the whole roster are solid ballers.
top to bottom. They're Hall of Famers.
Name one scrub off the bench on that team. One guy that you can put on any other team that they would be a scrub on that team. None. These are all legitimate players that could play in rotation on any team, any championship caliber team. So if they cannot win with this group of guys, I don't even want to hear them talk about injuries or none of that. Because even if they do have a 1-2 man injury, they still have a strong caliber of players. So if they don't win,
Was Carmelo Anthony on the 75?
might have been. I didn't even look at that list. So after I heard Kyrie wasn't on it, man, I didn't even look at it.
I don't think Carmelo made it,
I
but
think he
we'll
would
double
have.
check that. We'll get to
I
that
think he
later
would.
on.
I think he did. I think he did. I think he
Okay,
did.
so that's three players
Mm.
that are on the 75 team that are on the Lakers. And technically, not technically, but it should have been four with Dwight Howard. So a lot of
And
expectations here.
how many potential or soon to be Hall of Famers?
No, they do have four because Westbrook.
So now how many Hall of Famers?
So they
Are
should
we
have
saying
five.
five? So five Hall of Famers they got.
Rondo, 6.
Okay, there you go. There you go. So if they don't win it, all I'm saying is I don't want to hear LeBron being the GOAT
So
of
you never
anything.
really answered the question. Contenders or pretenders?
I think the fact they put the team together this way, they're pretenders. However, because the team is put together this way, they look like they look like
I love the way you put that.
you love that, eh?
I
But
love the way you put that.
so on paper, yes, I guess they would be contenders. But to me, it's a story to be seen. I need to see how this plays out because there's a lot of things that could go wrong and a lot of things that can go right. But right now, we don't even know because we've already seen what can go wrong with Russ.
They're pretenders for having to put all that star power together, but they should be contenders with all that star power.
Yeah.
All right.
Because again, I hate the fact that people roasted my boy Kevin Durant for joining little tiny Steph Curry and Mr. Nice Guy Klay Thompson and undersized Draymond Green. But yet LeBron calls and summons all these forces to come join him, and everybody's okay with it. Everyone just goes back to the argument. Oh well, the Warriors were 73, and who gives a damn? He joined three guys that aren't even on. Is Draymond on the top 75 team?
No.
Klay's not on it. Klay's number 77. Steph is probably the only one on it.
Yep.
So again, LeBron is playing with how many guys on that list?
At least 3 other.
Okay. Durant joined
2 or 3.
Durant joined one guy that's on that list, and he was crucified. LeBron recruited a bunch of guys who are Hall of Famers as well to all join his, and he's done this more than once. It's not even the first time. He's done this more than once, but he's fine. He's the greatest of all time. Jordan never done that. Kobe never done that. Larry Bird never done that. Magic never done that. Karl Malone, he did it that last year, but majority of his career, he was on Utah with the same old raggedy team.
Right.
Reggie Miller, the list goes on. We can name all these great players who never recruited or never said, hey, let me call another great player. Patrick Ewing, Hakeem Olajuwon, let's just keep going down the list.
Speaking of Hakeem Olajuwon, did the most with the least amount of talent.
But we don't call those guys the greatest of all times.
That brings us to the end of quarter number 2. And we're going to jump right into our third quarter. We're going to be quick with this one. So just one early surprise so far.
Does it have to be a team?
Nope. Just whatever surprises you.
I guess my early surprise. It's kind of it's a surprise, but it's not a surprise, but it is a surprise. I would just say is the way that freaking LaMelo Ball has come out and just said, yo, this is my league right now.
All right.
I would say that's my biggest surprise, that after the year he had last year, I thought, okay, maybe, you know what, it was a fluke. He was just hyped, whatever. Yo, he looks like he's legit going to be one of the best players in the league this year.
Okay.
He might, I don't want to say it, he might make a push for MVP at some point if he keeps playing the way he is.
MVP, you say?
If he keeps, if he keeps playing the way he is and the team is successful, he could be in that talks.
Is that a prediction? No, we'll get to predictions later. Later. My early surprise. One of my favorite. You know what? I think he's gonna be. He's earning himself He's making a case to be my new favorite player.
Who that?
Ja Morant. Ja Morant. He has been balling this year so far. I think he's going to be special. Everything that you said about Lonzo Ball applies to Ja Morant.
I mean, yes.
LaMelo.
Oh, you mean LaMelo?
Did you say LaMelo or Lonzo?
What? Oh, I said LaMelo.
Yeah, everything you said about LaMelo applies to Ja Morant. And his shot is a lot better this year, too. Ja Morant is the future of the NBA, ladies and gentlemen. Ja Morant is the future.
Can he lead a team, though?
The NBA.
Or is he can he lead a team, though?
He has been leading Memphis.
No, there's other guys on the team that I think are more of the leaders. I mean, he's
the guy.
I don't know, man.
Who else?
Dylan Brooks, yo.
Come on. Come on.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Yo, my phone fell.
You're
Goddamn.
not serious, bro.
Yo. Dylan
Yo,
Brooks, bro.
that's like saying PJ Washington is the leader of Charlotte.
Bruh, come on, yo. Dylan Brooks. You see how
No,
intense he is out there, yo?
no, no.
Bruh, bruh.
I will not have it.
I'm trying to think who else is on that run. I don't even know who the hell's on that run. He's good to watch. I mean,
They're
not,
young
don't get me
boys.
wrong. Yeah, I mean, I like watching him play. I'm not gonna hate on the kid. I mean, I just got to see more. I just got to see more. I got to see.
All right, fair enough.
Right now he hasn't been shaken up yet. And when I say shaken up, I mean like shaken
Fair
up where
enough.
like your skills and athleticism have been threatened, and now you got to rely on other things to show your skill set. But right now, I'm not gonna lie, he's doing dirt. I'll give him that. He's grimy. He's grimy.
All right, let's do our end of third quarter real quick.
Hey. And the third quarter, you say?
So that was our third quarter.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
third quarter. We're going fourth.
Fourth, predictions.
This guy's gonna call a timeout thinking the game was over or something.
I was gonna pull a Chris Webber.
Exactly. Right. So Debo's third quarter, bro. Go ahead. Predictions. LaMelo Ball is gonna be in the MVP runnings. I didn't say he's gonna win it. I'm not saying he's gonna win it, but he's gonna be in the race.
This is not how the game works. We're not doing mans who are going to be in the race. Who is Tebow's MVP at the end of the season?
I think it's too early for us to say MVP though.
That's why it's a prediction.
Again. Might be Giannis again still.
Giannis? So you're going with Giannis.
I'm gonna go. You know what? This is a tough one. Can we even do that now, man? That's not fair. I'm gonna say LaMelo Ball. Bun it.
LaMelo Ball?
Bun that. I'm going with LaMelo.
The courage of your convictions.
Yes.
All right.
LaMelo for MVP.
To be honest, I was just like you. I didn't have no idea who I was gonna pick going into this, but something just came to me. Luka Doncic.
What about Luka?
MVP. Luka Doncic for MVP. Seems like the NBA wants to reward Europeans. So, Luka Doncic for MVP.
Okay, we'll see. I got LaMelo. I feel like LaMelo's gonna
Rookie of the year.
Out. Rookie of the year. Who the hell are the rookies this year? Guess we'll go with your Scotty Barnes guy. That's the only rookie.
Scotty Barnes.
The one I can really think of, bro.
Defensive Player of the Year.
Man, I don't even know if I could call that. Defensive Player of the Year.
This one's kind of tough. I'm not going to hold you.
I think Rudy Gobert is going for it again, bro.
Did he get it last year?
I think he did. Either way, I think it's. Yeah, I'm going with Rudy.
Coach of the
play
year.
Defense, anyways. Coach of the year. This year, I think it's going to be Chicago's coach. Is it Thibodeau?
It is Billy Donovan.
Is it? Yeah, I'd say he's probably going to get Coach of the Year. I think he's going to get.
I'm going to agree with you on that one. Last one. Most improved.
I'm giving it to my boy LaMelo.
LaMelo?
And most improved.
I'm going to give it to my boy Ja Morant.
Okay.
All right. Now, to finish things off, have you seen the 75? Have you heard anything of the 75? NBA at 75.
I mean, the only thing I've heard, and the reason why I didn't even pay attention, is when they said Kyrie was taken off or not included.
So maybe what we'll do is we'll have like a picture of who made the list, and you guys could agree or disagree. The ballers out there, but notable. So what they basically did was keep the same 50 from years ago. So when the NBA was at 50 years, they had their top 50, and they didn't take anybody off that. They just added 25 basically.
So can you ring off the 25 then? So we don't have to put the thing up. Just ring off the 25.
I don't think I can do that off the top. Let me see if I can.
1 sec. I will assist here.
Let's see if we get you. See for this. Let's see
Hold
if we
on,
can get it in.
I think I could do it. Don't worry. Don't mess up the. Don't F up the feed, cuz. Please bear with us as we pull up important information for statistical accuracy. NBA top 75. All right.
You got it? I got it.
You got it?
I got it. I'm going to have to like.
You got to start from 50.
Okay, so here we go. These are the new. So Carmelo Anthony did make it.
He did?
He did make it. So LeBron got Carmelo Anthony,
okay,
AD, Westbrook, and himself on that run.
Okay, there you go.
So 3.
There you go.
Top 75 for sure.
Again, KD did not play with 3 top 75 players. He played with 1 top 75. But let's continue.
And Dwight Howard should have made it.
Hold on, your connection choppy.
So count it up. Ray Allen.
Hold on. Yeah.
All
Say
right.
something.
Ray Allen.
Right. Okay.
Ray Allen.
Right.
Carmelo Anthony.
So
that's 2. Kobe Bryant. Steph Curry. Anthony Davis. Kevin Garnett. James Harden. Allen Iverson. LeBron James. Jason Kidd. Kawhi Leonard. Damian Lillard.
Okay.
Reggie Miller.
Okay.
Steve Nash.
Okay.
Chris Paul. Gary Payton.
Okay.
Paul Pierce.
Okay.
Dennis Rodman.
Okay.
Dwayne Wade.
Okay.
Russell Westbrook.
Okay, yeah, I'll give him that.
Dominique Wilkins. Who else did I miss out? Tim Duncan.
Okay. Okay. And who else?
Giannis.
Okay.
I want to say that's it that I can think of.
So, I mean, list isn't that bad in terms of the new additions. However, the only one that should not be there, I love him to death, but Dame should not be there.
Ooh. So you put Kyrie over him?
Hell yeah.
All right.
Kyrie hit one of the biggest shots in NBA Finals history, period.
This is true.
And he was part of one of the I guess one of the biggest or known comebacks in whatever you want to call it. He's part of that.
Conspiracy theory.
LeBron's legacy does not exist without Kyrie.
Conspiracy theory. If Kyrie had the facts,
he would have been on it. Because why would you put Dame on it? What has Dame accomplished? that Kyrie hasn't. To make him fit one of 75's greatest players of all time. Dame doesn't have a chip. Dame doesn't have a finals appearance.
Question. Do you put, what's my guy's name? Please slip my mind. Klay Thompson over Kyrie.
Yeah.
Okay.
I put Klay Thompson over Dame Lillard.
All right.
If anything, sorry, you know what? If you're not gonna put Kyrie, don't put Dame. Put Klay. Because Klay has records that go down that are in history right now.
I think
and
those
he's won chips to back it up.
Here are the three biggest snubs. We mentioned two. The third, Klay, Kyrie, and then Dwight Howard.
There you go. And Dwight Howard, you know, he got snubbed because, you know, just history.
So those are
Because he should have been on it from before.
Those are the three biggest snubs right there.
Hey, man. Politics. That's really all it is. It's petty politics, and it's unfortunate.
But then at the end of the day, I don't think you can make everybody happy.
Nah, I'll be honest. Again, that list to me is 100% as honest and truthful as it can be and accurate. I just thought Dame was the only one that did not belong. So if anything,
I'll throw another one at you. Would you put Klay Thompson over Reggie Miller?
Yeah. Because here's why. Again, I don't
even need an explanation.
Okay, all right, you understand.
I don't even need an explanation.
As long as you understand. As long as you understand.
I don't even need an explanation.
I love Reggie. I think he's one of the greatest shooters, but I think Klay took shooting to compared to Reggie to a totally different, like, yeah.
60 points in like 30 minutes on 11 dribbles? Come on.
That's insane, bro. Like, that alone, yo.
Had the record for threes before Steph beat it.
Bro, you're a shooter. I can shoot. A record like that to a shooter is insane. Like 60 points in such a minuscule amount, and he's just shooting. He's not dribbling or doing anything fancier. Shooting, catching, shooting, catching, shooting. That's insane. That's insane to me.
I think it's fair to say nobody had fire in the history of the NBA the way Thompson. When Klay Thompson catches fire, it's worse than Steph.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because Klay will shoot at any given moment, basically. He's like trigger happy when he's hot. And you almost know he's going to shoot, and he's just going to shoot it, regardless if you're in his face. Steph will dribble around and bounce.
That's exactly what I was just about to say.
Klay ain't doing none of that.
Steph will get into all the dribbling and might turn the ball over. Klay just give me the ball and I'm chucking it up.
He's just going to shoot it, and it's like, whatever. But yeah, so that's why I put him over Reggie still. Klay's a sniper. He's a sniper. He's cold-blooded, yo.
The epitome of a sniper. The epitome of the NBA sniper.
And he's just cool with it.
I think this has been a fun first episode for this season.
Oh, yeah.
Ready to come.
It's going to be a fun season still. It's going to be a fun season.
I see a lot of drama. It's going to be a fun one. It's going to be a fun one. It's regular now. For the past 2 seasons,
yeah, it's been kind of
all over the place.
Yeah.
This is our regular NBA season now.
I just hope
normalcy.
I hope by the next episode we got Ben Simmons back, so we can, discuss where he's at. Because I want to see him on the court. Yes. I want to see if he has any edge to his game, or if he let all the talks get to him and he just lost focus and he's trash.
If he is what everyone thinks he is.
Oh man, if he is, then I don't know, bro. I'm rocking with you, but bro, you gotta prove.
You gotta prove
your fans right. Yeah, you gotta prove your fans right. Prove the haters wrong. Like, kick some ass, my dude. Kick some ass. That's all we're saying.
That part. All
Yeah.
right, ladies and gentlemen. On that note, we're gonna get out of here.
Warrior, come out and
Raptors.
Raptors extinct. R.I.P. Raptors.
Raptors.
R.I.P. Raptors. They moved to Miami with Kyle Lowry. That's it. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Literally. It's a wrap for the Raptors.
Scotty Barnes, baby. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Deuces.